Hey guys, it's Rico here. I've been going through and editing this video, and this session wasn't one that we would keep. You know, sometimes if we feel like it wasn't quite where we wanted it to go, or we didn't think it was worth sharing, we will cut it. But I got to the second half, and I felt like it was something that I'd like to share with everybody. We basically talk about kind of some of the struggles that we've gone through as creative people or as artists or whatever you want to call us. And while I don't think we were kind of as articulate or well fleshed out in terms of ideas as we could have been, I felt like it was worth sharing if any of you feel like you're kind of in a rut creatively, or you struggle with, you know, pressuring yourself too much, or just want to see where we've come from in that regard. It felt like something that was worth sharing if it helps one person think about their creative process a little bit differently, or feel like they're not alone or anything like that. I thought it was worth sharing, and so this isn't a funny video. You know, it's not really one that I would think of as some of our best work. But I felt like I'd share it anyway. So it's unedited. It's just raw recording session, and I hope it helps somebody out there. And thanks for watching. I think that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Really cute story about Rico and I is I dropped out. We both dropped out, but I dropped out first.
Yeah, you did.
I'm the winner of dropping out. So I dropped out to go back into robotics.
Yeah, well, I was gonna
and I was like, I'm never playing music again. And on the last day, I hadn't talked. Rico and I were in the same classes, like a lot of them, but I hadn't talked to him.
This is important, I'm assuming.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a boss.
The fuck? I didn't know this game had bosses.
Yeah. Well, we're getting through this place right now. So okay, keep going. We'll try and do both.
So I didn't talk to him at all.
Okay.
So but I was like, whatever. I came here to meet people, but I didn't end up meeting people, and I didn't like music anymore, so whatever. But on the last day, I was about to go home. Rico comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, I'm starting a new band. Do you want to come jam with us?"
Well, you had played an incredible drum solo in class, and I'd been playing with some other guys, and we had been trying out drummers and just never liked any of them. And Jeeves played this killer drum solo, and I called him up.
He called me up.
Yeah.
He called me up. He said, "Yo, Jeeves,
you got what it takes, man.
Yeah.
You got what it takes to bounce with the big boys."
Yeah, you ready to rumble? And then so I was like, all right, I'll give this one more shot. And then so we started playing together, and I fucking loved it again.
We had a blast. We really did.
It was funny because I remember I was in robotics school, and I was drawing our fucking band logo on my work. And I was like, ugh, here I go again.
Right. Doing the back and forth.
Flip-flopping.
Flint Flossy.
Yeah, Flint Flossy. Yeah, I remember I was texting you
on.
pictures and stuff of like my drawings and
Is there?
I like that story because that's one of those things where you could have just been like, I'll talk to him later, because you didn't know I was leaving.
I didn't know, yeah.
So you could have just, whatever, I'll talk to him later, or I'll just see him tomorrow. Had you not done that, I probably would have never seen you again.
That's crazy to think too.
Isn't that
yeah.
insane?
It was just like one day. Well, and that's what's super interesting, I think, about just the
life.
Well, kind of the journey that we've had. I mean, we've done a lot. We've traveled the country. We've done, we've been through some like pretty weird, tough things together, and
tested our relationship a lot.
It's not something I want to get too far into, but I went through some kind of weird struggles that you kind of stuck stuck out through, stuck with me through, and there were times where we didn't talk too much, but like I never felt like I couldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, for the last, I don't know, couple years, it's been we've seen each other pretty much every fucking day.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
it's been really productive and really like we've both grown so much in doing this too. It's been crazy. So yeah, it's been really cool.
We've
And
matured a lot. Now we play.
We talk about
we play
big
video
dicks
games
instead of little
Talking
ones.
about big dicks.
Instead of little tiny dicks. Man dicks instead of baby
But
ones.
for real though, the amount of discipline it takes to do this stuff is way more than we've. Well, we put a lot of discipline into the music stuff too.
Well, I mean, we were practicing 4 days a week. We were doing a lot of shit. We were going harder than most of the bands that we knew
Yeah.
at the time. I think there's definitely bands who work harder, but we put our fucking time in.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel like we didn't try.
No.
We didn't give it. There's not much I can think of that we could have done more.
I think
We could have done things differently, but
yeah, if I
fucking-
were to do music again, I would probably focus more on just being a more mature musician. Like I was so focused on being the best at stuff rather than just doing stuff well. And I was rushing so much that I missed a lot of just the fundamental shit. And I think that would have made for a stronger end result. And just worrying less about performing and worrying way more about recording and documenting stuff, and building a
Right.
presence that way.
yeah.
Because
Well,
we-
especially like now more than ever. That's
Yeah, well,
Huge.
and if we had seen the writing on the wall, we probably would have, but we were right at the tail end of like, now most musicians I know don't give a fuck about performing gigs.
yeah.
They care about getting shit online because that's the only way you don't get paid. I mean, unless you're an incredible musician in a city that really cares and values that, you're not gonna get paid playing anyway. I mean, we would, by the time you put in your hourly wage, all your rehearsal time, all the fact that you gotta drive out there, you gotta cart all your shit around, you gotta fucking be there for sound check.
Yeah,
Y-
pay for
you're-
parking.
You're not making any fucking money anyway.
Yeah.
And we were gigging a lot. We were out,
At least once a month.
At
but
least.
generally 2 or 3 times a month.
and any more than that, and nobody shows up because you're just tapping your market too much.
Yeah, and it's not like coffee shop stuff. It's like
Yeah, we were playing big, for Vancouver, we're playing main street venues,
and it's a lot of effort. You can't just show up to those and play.
No,
kind of thing.
definitely not. Or you don't get asked back, right?
Yeah, you gotta think about the visuals. You gotta invite enough people, and it was.
It became really frustrating.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Well,
For all of us.
It didn't. It didn't grow like I think we all expected it to, and I think that was another thing. Is we probably. I mean, I don't think it's wrong to.
we had
hope.
We had young aspirations.
Totally.
Though. I think we didn't manage our expectations as well as we probably should have. I'm sorry, I'm just reading this. Okay, it's all good.
This dungeon.
Be sponging.
This dungeon.
But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I don't regret anything
No.
that we've done. That's for sure.
Well, I think I say this with confidence that the stuff we're doing with the YouTube,
YouTube. We're young hip kids like you.
the www.youtube.com.
How do I get to Google? Ask Google how to get to Google.
This stuff has been the most rewarding.
I think it's been the most kind of real.
It
And
has.
It's weird because I don't respect Let's Plays. Like, that sounds really shitty, but like this, I think most of the time this stuff is filler. That's kind of, and I mean, if we're being honest, that's kind of what it is for us too, but it's
Yeah.
become something that's been so enjoyable. And it's talking about stuff like this and talking about real life shit that we don't get to talk about. This fucking guy is a fucking
How do you
prick.
get him?
You gotta like masturbate him into doing this, and you gotta dodge through him, and you gotta fucking shoot him with a fucking arrow a couple times. Fucking bullshit nonsense, man. Fuck,
Why
man.
don't you leave?
Because I can't. The fucking doors are blocked, man. Look at that shit, man. Fuck. It's talking about real life shit, man. I'm just gonna go heal up here. Onesie, twosie. Take a bath in the water that's bluesy.
Onesie, twosie. You didn't even finish healing up.
I can't heal anymore. There's a limited amount. Finite amount, bro. Finite amount, man.
Dude, that sounds like a shitty
this
little...
is a good chest.
Oh, yeah.
Nice pair of tits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about real life shit.
Double D.
But it's been cool to interact with people that we otherwise never would have. And I mean, we could have done that with musicians and stuff too. But I kind of tired of musicians.
Same.
There's something about the culture of music, at least in Vancouver, and from my experience everywhere, that there's a lot of ego involved in music that I haven't seen. I think one thing I really like about the Let's Play community is everybody knows it's kind of an awkward thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat this fucking boss.
Is this the same boss?
Yeah, I'm Bail Organa.
Dude, you can just bail?
Yeah, because I got to sell.
You just Christian Bale, man?
I got to sell some of this shit. I got to make some more moolah, and I got a good haul there. I don't want to lose it. Yeah, the culture of musicians, they're all kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do know, you know?
There's just a lot of ego, a lot of ego, and I think a lot of it is really unwarranted and unearned.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get into like speaking of ego. This is what I can do, but like I don't play music very much. But I'm still keeping up with, and you are too, a lot of the guys, like we do music, but we do it for ourselves and we just kind of have fun with it.
Oh, the first guy in's a thief.
Is he?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, wait. The fuck? Why? Like,
I don't know. He had him like open his clothes or whatever. I think it's like they're a potential thief. You want to watch them.
Okay.
Oh, that's a kid with the snot hanging out of his nose. Oh, no, it's not. It looked like,
Ah!
fuck you, man. Get out of here, man. What was I talking about? Oh, we do music for ourselves and we have a lot of fun with it. And I see a lot of people who run themselves ragged just trying to...
This guy's a ghost, apparently.
Okay. Just trying to be something they're not necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think...
And I mean, I think... Look at this. What's she doing?
Who?
The girl with the blue brick.
I don't know.
She's got like... It looks like a little ghost thing pops up every time. Oh, she's gonna buy it though. So she's fine, I guess.
It looks like it. We're okay.
Okay. Oh, she's kind of cute.
I'd fuck her.
Yeah.
In the pixely puss.
Oh, fuck.
Where were we?
I think, you know, obviously we're just used to a certain kind, you know,
Of musician?
based on where we are too.
Maybe.
But at the same time, like, we know a lot of musicians. And most of our friends are musicians. So it's
Yeah.
not like...
Yeah.
It's... Why do we always complain on this game?
Is it this game? Well, but this is a different kind of complaining than our marijuana conversation.
Yeah. But it's...
That guy looks like a thief for sure.
Yeah, because this is just like... It's not for us. And like we still play music. We're still musicians. We still do all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we're still, you know,
Well, I think the music
hoping-
we're making now is better than anything we've ever done.
Agreed. Agreed. And it's just because we just like are enjoying it.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
agree.
key.
Well, and I think like I was saying, the thing that's been fulfilling about this is I can just get stuff kind of out there too. Like I can talk about personal stuff and have a certain degree of anonymity behind it.
Yeah.
And I think it was a trap that I fell into, but a lot of artists, it doesn't have to just be music, but they define themselves entirely by the content that they produce.
Totally.
And kind of what's been interesting about this is the content that we produce is just us being us, and we're still a small little organization here. You know, it's just two of us having fun. But there's 50 people out there.
49. Tell your friends. It could be 50.
There's 50 people. 49 people.
2 of them are us.
2 of them.
One of them is us. There's some people out there that like it and watch it every day, and it's not a huge amount. I mean, not every subscriber is watching. You know,
Hey, tell your friends.
Yeah.
But it's resonating with somebody, and for some reason, the fact that we can be ourselves and somebody's enjoying it is more powerful than selling out a show to me.
I think the second we feel like we have to not be ourselves is the moment that this isn't what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
agree with that. I completely agree with that.
We're just dicking around. We're just being friends. We're just this is the happiest. You know, it's the happiest I've been doing all this stuff.
Yeah, well, and we have something to show for it, and I mean, we're still working on other things, and I'm growing outside, and I know one day we're gonna just I think one thing that I'm kind of just sitting on. Holy shit, we made so much fucking money. We got 24,000. We made
Dude.
16 grand that day. Okay, so we can start to. The ball's rolling. We can start to invest some of this. This is good. This is good news. What was I? What were we saying?
You said something about cannot request. What's a hawker?
I can't request that character during the night, apparently.
Oh, bitch.
A little bitch. But the album idea, I don't want to talk about that too much either.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. You were talking about.
We were talking
Eventually.
about the right thing is going to happen where we go, oh, you know, we need to redirect our attention a little bit to something a little bit more concrete.
Yeah.
You know, this is concrete, but it's not I don't know. I don't think we're
not what
ever
we're
going to
best
make a
at.
carear out of
Yeah.
this, and it's not what we're best at. I mean,
it's a part of something we love to do, but it's not the main thing.
true. Yeah. But if I would love to do this if we got enough people into it. Tell your friends. But
Tell your friends.
but this is a great way to keep busy. Our video editing skills are going up. Our speech is getting gooder.
We're producing sounds
With our mouths more effectively.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good job,
That
man.
was efficacious.
I don't even know what that fucking word means, so our speech isn't getting that good. But I mean, we're articulating ourselves. We're exploring.
We're getting good at games.
Yeah, we're exploring our memory. We're exploring a lot of things, a lot of subjects, and it's cool.
Releasing stuff is another thing that's
We've always been bad at historically.
terrible at releasing
Terrible.
stuff.
El terrible, man.
And so this is, we've released more stuff ever.
Yeah.
This is the most stuff I've ever released.
It's true. But we got 90 videos out pretty quick
Yeah.
here. We'll be at 90. That's a big,
insane.
and that's
We'll do a party at Hundy
Hundy
Bones.
Vids.
Hundy Bone Vid
Hundy
sauce.
Vids goes. Maybe I'll eat a banana and drink some 7-Up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. I was thinking we could do that for 50 subs. If we get,
Ooh,
Tell
which
your
one
friends.
comes first?
Whichever one comes first.
at this rate, it'll be the 100 videos. Yeah, it's interesting. I've been thinking a lot, and we do have an album idea, and I think it's actually one of our best ideas.
Because it's simple. It's not a gimmicky thing.
Yeah, and it's the natural progression of kind of who we've become as people, and also culturally. I think I don't want to speak too much, but it feels like something that I would feel good releasing.
Yeah.
If that, which I think was a big trap I fell into too, and I always fall into even with drawings and illustration and music especially, where I love something for a day, put it away, listen to it the next day, or look at it the next day and just fucking hate it, and it comes down to, like I was saying, just defining your value as an artist. rather than just being a person who also is an artist, and learning how to control that impulse to just growing is healthy, but being okay with where you're at is really healthy, and that's one thing I've really started to learn as well, and ironically, once I accepted that, my growth has accelerated massively. Because it's just a healthier outlook. I'm not stressing myself out. And when you don't stress yourself, it's crazy how much more efficient you are at shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Even just it lets you sleep better. And
Yeah.
that's fucking huge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually interesting how different my sleep pattern is from 3 years ago.
Well, you know what's crazy? This is another podcast little fact
Little factoid?
that I heard that basing it entirely off of this one fucking thing. But there was this guy on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was like a sleep expert.
Okay.
He wrote books on sleep, which makes him an
Sleep.
expert.
Why are you saying
One of the
shit
craziest facts. So his argument is the worst thing you could possibly do to yourself is not get enough sleep every night. And he's basically saying your brain, when you're awake, is deteriorating.
weird? Right.
Doesn't matter what you're doing, it's deteriorating.
It's using itself.
Yeah. And
That makes
the
sense.
only time your brain isn't deteriorating is when you're sleeping. In fact, it's the only time it actually fixes itself. So when you hear about, there's this whole thing where it's like, I don't sleep.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about that actually, so that's funny.
There's this sort of idea that in order to be successful, you have to not sleep.
Well,
And this
I don't think
guy's-
it's necessarily about sleep. I think there's this weird feeling of superiority some people get when they go, my art takes priority.
Yeah.
And so, or my job, my business, whatever it is takes priority. And somehow that makes you more impressive as
Yeah.
a creator or as a businessman or
Totally.
whatever the fuck. And it doesn't.
No,
you know what it
not at
does
all.
is I go, you have an unhealthy approach to life.
Totally. Well, this is the thing, because I fucking love sleep.
Oh yeah.
I love sleep, and
So you use that as an excuse to sleep.
well, it's honestly, it's made such a difference with. I think sometimes, there's not enough time in the day.
Yeah, well, there
But
isn't.
then I think about the days where I'm not sleeping. The last couple weeks, or the last week, I didn't sleep nearly enough.
Me neither.
Because I was, I actually had too much to do, and it fucking sucked, and I hated it.
Right.
And then I was shitty. I couldn't operate nearly as well. But then when I actually do get to sleep, I could do things twice as fast.
Yeah,
And I could
yeah.
do things way better, and I could do it right the first time and make very few mistakes. I feel better, just happier. And that's exactly what this guy's saying. He's like, businesses should be encouraging their employees to get at least
8 hours.
7 to 8 hours a night.
Yeah.
If you're not, they're going to show up and they're not going to be nearly as functional.
Huh. It's interesting. Yeah, I think that goes back to what I was saying. And let me just say, I mean, I'm not a art expert or anything. I'm not an expert. I would say I'm probably a pretty decent guitarist, if anything. And that's one area. I think I'm a pretty good illustrator, but
You know what? You're an expert at being my friend. You hear
Okay,
that?
let me
Okay. Wow.
let me go to where I was going with this.
Oh my God.
This is a thought. So, I'm a good guitarist. I'm on my way to being a good illustrator and digital artist. I'll put it that way, because that
You guys
that
see
way
those
somebody
thumbs?
can go. Well, I gotta be honest. I don't always like the thumbnails. They're not. I always feel limited in style because I've kind of set a precedent for myself now, and I always feel rushed to complete them.
Yeah.
So the best thumbnails have been the ones where I give myself way more than enough time, but just due to the nature of kind of our release schedule and stuff, I don't always have that luxury. It's not a luxury. I mean, it's something I've done to myself, but I don't always have the option
Yeah.
to.
I think
So
they're
I
great.
do. I feel like they're rushed but one cool thing is that you can see the improvement even looking at like the
Shadows?
spookies. Well, shadows I just used like my first ever sketches before. That was before I'd committed to drawing a new thumbnail for every series.
Yeah.
So I don't really count those because
Yeah.
and I drew those in like Flash. It wasn't ideal. But the quality of and the consistency of the characters, it's all changed. My line work's gotten a lot better. My changed a lot. You can really see a lot of some of the changes in stylistic approach that I've taken, which has all been really kind of cool to watch and see. And it's been a nice way to chart things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does that time thing really does kind of frustrate me a lot. But it's okay. It's all good. Okay, I'm missing these cycles every fucking time here. Hold on.
You were going somewhere.
Yeah. I want people to know I don't think of myself as an expert artist or creator or anything. But if there's any advice, if there's anyone who admires anything that we do, I mean, the other thing is there's very little stuff out there. I know what I can do, but I haven't shown it off very much. But if there's anybody who's just looking for somebody who's been on the same path, let me just put it that way. I think that always prioritize your health and mental health.
Yes.
Don't look at these people, those, I don't want to say don't admire people like Kurt Cobain or whatever, but there's plenty of healthy artists. You don't have to be a drug addict. You don't have to be depressed to make good shit.
No.
You don't have to be anything. You don't have to be anything other than yourself to make good stuff. And understanding yourself is 90% of the way to making good art.
Well, and making stuff that ultimately you're going to be happy with. Otherwise, if you put yourself in those positions, you might do something that past you would have been proud of, but you're not going to be proud of it ever.
Yeah. Well,
that's just
and
the nature of being doing that to yourself, and it's no fun.
Fuck me. We're barely talking about this game, but that's okay.
I know.
I'm having fun. This is like sorry, we're usually real
Funny,
this
silly
game
fellows.
does this. To
This
us.
game, yeah, it really does. I think if I'm being honest, I don't need to play this much more on the channel. Because I don't want to do this to people. But all I'm trying to say is I'm dancing around stuff because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to make anybody think I'm presumptuous because I had it beaten into my head that you want to be humble, and I'm trying to be humble, and so I don't want to say things in a way that makes me seem anything other than humble.
Yeah.
And saying that makes me feel like I'm not being humble, but I think I'm still okay.
No, I think you.
I have been really depressed and really, really unhealthy in my approach. And if I can spare anybody some of the stress and heartache that I put myself through trying to be, a prodigy or anything like that. Like I wanted to be, I was so angry that I wasn't Brian May at the age of 17 that I literally made myself sick. And I ruined the thing that I had used to define myself for so long for myself. I tainted, I didn't want to go back. I didn't touch a guitar for like 6 months. There was a lot that I did that that was so counterproductive that if I could save anybody the trouble, I just prioritize your
Right. There's
your-
a chest up there.
I'm not really doing. I guess I could do another run. Where's the chest up here? Yeah. I've just kind of been.
Garbo chest.
It is a Garbo chest.
I don't even know. I don't know what any of these fucking pixel drawings are.
I'm just trying to.
I think that's super valid though.
Yeah.
I've always been a very happy-go-lucky person. Always really always had a lot of friends and that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
didn't.
And then I started to think that I wasn't. I started to kind of maybe lean towards like, oh, I need to focus more on not being so happy and that kind of stuff.
Right,
And
right.
I was fucking miserable for like a little bit, and now I'm just trying to not do that.
Well, I think there's it's such an easy thing to fall into.
Well, it's just, I mean, it seems like it's just this whole idea that the great people. I mean, this is another thing. Like the whole sleep thing. I know I keep coming back to this, but
it's all tied together.
This was a big thing because the biggest thing was I was always tired, and being tired makes me feel like garbage. And there's like, forget which president the guy was talking about, but he's like, they always told you that they got there based on sleeping 5 hours a night.
Right.
But
right.
They had Alzheimer's after, and like that's like a huge.
Yeah.
That's apparently a huge correlation with that.
That's
And-
interesting.
and
I
it's
didn't know
like-
that.
It's like you can just. That doesn't sound like a good life.
No.
But
no,
that's
it definitely
but the
does
problem
not.
is that it's it's ingrained that you're doing something right if you're not sleeping and you're working yourself to fucking death.
Well, I think you always get this like, well, that's what it takes, man. That's what
Yeah.
it takes. You want to be big, you got to put in the time. You're working 40 hours a week. You're working 40 hours a week, and then you're doing another 40 after work. That's just what it takes, man. You want to do it, and it's probably true. But I look at a lot of those people and I go, you don't look like a fucking happy person to me.
No.
And
then there's people who don't do that and have
Hippies.
success, and they're but the thing is, like, obviously you got to put in work, but you
Yeah.
can't be. You can be efficient about it. Work hard, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really trying to get. Although I need to learn to say no more because I got so much.
Yeah.
So many little things on the go now, and I just don't want to. Oh fuck! I broke this
coat hanger. He's been
I'm playing
flinging
with-
this coat hanger
It's
around
so
for so
fun.
long.
but I broke it now.
That's okay. It's probably for the best.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things, but I think first things first. You gotta look out for
Number one, man.
yeah. You gotta just drop everybody else. No, and I think a large part of looking out for yourself is making sure you're there for your friends, making sure you're there for your family.
Yeah.
And your family is your friends, really. Your friend. Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Yes. Your family or your friends.
Yeah.
And your friends or your family.
Yeah. That nothing makes me happier than knowing I've got a group of people. Doesn't even matter how many. As long as there's a couple people there for me, I think that's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And I think the first thing that goes when you start to prioritize your work is those people.
Well, and I mean it's not even an intentional thing, but
No.
I think the other thing that I really struggled with was I found that I would just push people away if they didn't have anything to offer me, or and the other thing was I wouldn't look at people as people if they weren't good at music or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd go, oh, well, and people would compliment the stuff that I was working on, and they'd say they really liked it and that it was, some of their favorite stuff. And I'd go, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't take it seriously, which it's a stupid thing to fucking do. Take it seriously. When somebody takes the time out of their day to tell you something like that, that's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And it's scary to do as well, especially if they actually respect you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so, it's all important. Humility also allows you to accept compliments better, I find.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to like the pricing on that mushroom. Yeah, okay.
It's a truffle.
It's a truffle. That's what I've learned too. Is now when I have an accurate understanding of where I'm at, and somebody takes the time to tell me that I'm doing a good job or I'm good at it, I go, it means so much more. The taste had been like, it's like losing your fucking taste buds over time when you have an unhealthy approach. We're rambling and we're going on too long, but I just want people to be the best versions that they can be, and
be happy about it.
yeah, and you'll be a better artist for focusing on yourself. I promise.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry if this episode did nothing for you, but I mean, it's really something that's been heavy on my mind lately because I've really started to notice the benefits and the improvements and all of that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's all Vlad.
Vlad.
Value.
Let's go thrifting at Vlad.
I love Valuvalage.
Dude, you got some sick. Okay, this is one thing. Jeeves, his style is tremendous. It's really good. My style is not. My style is. It has gone so far down the shitter. I used to have good style.
Well, I think you're like, I wouldn't say your style's bad. I think it's pretty fucking perfect.
For me?
Yeah.
What do you mean perfect?
It's just
not.
like-
No, okay, I need a haircut 100% of the time.
Dude,
I never shave my neck. I'm fortunate that I grow hair pretty evenly elsewhere as well, so it's like, oh, he just hasn't shaven. If I didn't, oh, you are not. Oh, I saved it. I saved it from that fucking
good.
piece of shit. That
Good.
pizza.
Pizza shit.
What was I saying? Oh, no, my style is garbage. It's
you know-
so like I don't
It's
have
one of those-
to care.
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
It's not good. No, but it's not like the cool, like, oh, is he homeless or is he a fashion guy? No, it's like, oh, he's clearly just a slob.
No.
Yeah.
No, but you always look neat.
Mm,
It always looks neat.
I don't know.
But I just like that you're like
I'm in Joe boxers, Puma socks, and a fucking Donkey Kong shirt right
My
now.
favorite thing is that you're a manager. Am I
Yeah.
allowed to say that you're a manager?
Yeah, it's
you're-
fun.
You're a manager, but you always have a video game shirt on.
I have a collared shirt over top.
I know. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing.
It's like a little secret.
Yeah, it's cute. It's really cute.
I mean, I think all the shirts that I own are video game shirts at this point.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
I appreciate that.
I wouldn't have good style if I didn't only shop at Value Village. It
Well-
forces you to be creative.
Yeah, it's true. But you've got like cool pants and shirts and shoes and stuff. Jeeves has always got, and Kels has to force me to go buy clothes. She's like, I can't wash this again. I can't fix
Oh, dude,
this.
though, shirts that are like way too washed are the best fucking shirts.
No, like where the armpits are white. It's
What do you
like,
mean?
like I wear shirts to the point where the armpits are permanently like deodorant crusted.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And so it's like she's like, baby, we should go to Blue Notes maybe this week because I can't clean these. They're not coming
Yeah.
clean. And I was like, oh, gross. I'm a disgusting person.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what? This has been a ranty one, but I think there's a good way to end this series.
Yeah.
Would you agree? We talked about some of the little things that bother us, and then we talked about growth. And
And our baby lives.
yeah, and we'll make this a bit of a longer episode. Sorry for doubling up so much on Bloodborne. I know people are probably wanting some new stuff. So if there's any games you want us to play, let us know.
Please,
'Cause, yeah,
we'll do
we're-
it.
Like, I have every console. That's not a problem. Whatever you want to see us play, we will make it happen. And it just, it means a lot that you guys stick around for everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. That's it, really.
Yeah, we'll do something new. We love playing Bloodborne. That's
We do.
Like,
Bloodborne's been.
it's the easiest one because it's so fucking fun.
It
We
is
play
so
it
fun.
We get tired playing it and then can't record other things.
That's true.
the problem.
That's true. If you get tired of Bloodborne too, please let us
Yeah.
know. You know, if there's anything.
Any other game will do it.
We really appreciated. You know, a couple guys really took the time to give us some very, very encouraging feedback, and we wrote
been-
responses.
It's been so great.
That was one of the nicest things that anyone's ever done for me. So, and I'm sure for you as well. And
Yes.
especially, you know, really all you guys who took the time to do that. That was a fucking, that was a blessing. I'm not a religious person, but that was a fucking blessing. So thank you. And yeah, we'll keep doing it as long as you guys keep watching, and
We'll be here till the end of time.
yeah,
seems
and
like.
and good luck on your creative endeavors. And if there's ever anything you guys are working on, feel free to send it our way. We'd love to see it. So thank you, doodle.
Bye.